Alrighty, it's time for another 6mm arc video. We shot the Berger 95 grain VLD hunting bullet before with PowerPro 2000 MR, but we had disappointing results. So I want to try it today with maybe a little bit better powder. We're going to use H4895 and our 6.5 Grendel brass that we sized down to 6mm arc. Now this is my original batch, so this is now the second firing as 6mm arc on this brass. Now it's kind of hard to figure out some load data here. I've determined based on Gordon's reloading tool and some of Hornady's data, max charge should be somewhere around 28 grains at about 2868 feet per second. Now we're going to back off that just a little bit. We're going to make our max charge at 27.7 grains today, and we're going to start at 26.8. So hopefully we're not starting out too high. Now overall length that we're going to use is 2.275 today, which is about 10 thousandths of jump to the lands. So we're going to go ahead and get on the range, and we're going to see how these shoot. Alrighty, we are out here on the range. Target is at 100 yards. We're getting velocity through our lab radar. The gun is cool. It's about 45 degrees out. A little bit of breeze. Hopefully it's not getting too bad in the camera. You can see the details of the gun up on the screen. We're shooting the 95 grain Berger VLD Hunter, H4895. 5-shot groups here. We're going to see how they group. We are going to go ahead and magazine feed them. As you can see, this is an MDT 6 arc mag. So far it's fed really well. See how she's going to do today. All right, so let's see how these are going to group. Yeah, not a good start here. This gun usually shoots pretty darn good. That looks like a pretty crappy group. All right, so velocity on those 5 was 2767 average with a 12.3 SD. So we're going to go ahead and move on up and hope that groups improve. I was hoping a powder change would help with that. We'll see here. Better start here with these first 3. We're right where we expected to be as far as velocity goes. Kind of strung those a little bit vertically there too, didn't we? Not a bad group, I guess. Better than the first one. Still a little disappointing. All right, so our average was 2808 feet per second with a 9.7 SD. So not bad. Let's go ahead and move on up if we can. Again, we are flattening these primers a little bit. Alright, not a bad looking group. Alright, so velocity on those 5 was 2830 feet per second with a 10.5 SD. So not bad. As usual, the 6 arc doesn't warm up much as far as the barrel goes. We'll go ahead and shoot these last 5. We are getting a little bit of flattened primers, especially with that last load, a couple little smears, probably towards the top end. Hopefully we can get away with shooting this last group here. Find out. So, not a terrible looking group, but again, disappointing for my 6 arc. Usually shoots really good. All right, those last 5 average 2850 feet per second with a SD of 9.8. So let's get over there and let's check out the target. Alrighty, so taking a look at our target here, a little bit disappointing overall. Our first load shot 2767 feet per second with a 12.3 SD and just over an inch at 1.09. Moving over to 27.1 grains, we shot 2808 feet per second, 9.7 SD, and then again a 1.04 inch group. Moving up to 27.4, this was our best load. 2830 feet per second, 10.5 SD, and a 0.75 inch group. And our last group of the day at 27.7 grains shot 2850 feet per second with a 9.8 SD and again a 1.04 inch group. A little bit disappointing overall, but I guess if you look back to the last video, we shot like a 1.4 inch group with the Berger bullet. So being able to come up with a load today that got us to a 0.75 inch, I guess is a pretty good start. Now, I'm guessing these Berger bullets just don't get along real well with my gun. So I'm a little bit disappointed with Berger here, but maybe it's because it's a hunting bullet. Maybe if I had some of the VLD match bullets, they'd shoot a little bit better. Now, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the brass because it's going to be an interesting look today. All right, as you guys can see here, it's a pretty interesting look at the brass here. You'll notice that lowest charge that's got that kind of soot ring around the primer. I'm guessing that's blown by the primer, so that primer pocket must be pretty much toast. Now, kind of confused because the rest of the pieces of brass look okay. Now moving all the way over to the right, we ended up with the same thing, but a little bit less severe. You notice that little bit of gas that's extruding out of that primer pocket. So those 2 primer pockets must be toast. Now, if you look really close on that same piece on the right there, you can see a little bit of an ejector smear. But overall, this brass doesn't look bad other than those 2 weird ones. So I'm not sure if we're just going to blow these primer pockets really quickly. I don't know that we've necessarily been pushing the top end all the time, but I'm guessing those 2 pieces will be toast. I will find out whenever we, resize them, pop the primers out and things like that. Now, I did try to manually push the primers out, by hand to see if they're just completely toast, because in the past I've done that to a couple in 6.5 Creedmoor, and that wasn't the case. So, I don't know, let me know what you guys think, if you guys have seen this before. I've seen it a couple times, and it's usually at the very top end right before the primers blow. So, don't know that I'd want to shoot these loads again. Seems like they're fairly hot. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the 6mm arc video today. Comment down below what you want to see next. Need to pick up some more bullets to test out and maybe a couple more powders, but definitely having fun with the 6mm arc. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.